Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all for all the witnesses for being here today. It's a very important hearing. As someone who flies twice a week to get to and from Washington from my home in Phoenix, I can say unequivocally, investments in our airports are key to improving the passenger experience from the moment they arrive at the airport until they reach their final destination. Last year, 44 million people flew through Sky Harbor Airport in Arizona. To meet current and future air travel demands, Sky Harbor has aggressively invested in new concourses and gates and more efficient taxiways. It has even added a people mover system called the SkyTrain to provide a seamless connection from the airport to ground transportation and the region's light rail system. These investments improve the experience for passengers, and they also create good-paying jobs. But these investments are not inexpensive, and it takes both local and federal resources to make them a reality. The Airport Improvement Program and the influx of federal resources provided under the bipartisan infrastructure law have helped jumpstart many important projects at our airports, including a new taxiway at Sky Harbor to improve efficiency. But let's be honest, we all know the needs still far outpace available resources. At Sky Harbor, revenue from the passenger facility charge has been an essential tool to help the airport modernize itself. However, the purchasing power of the PFC has eroded more than 40% since it was last adjusted more than 2 decades ago. Mr. Dolio, in your testimony, you note the current airport survey shows that over the next 5 years, our airports have $151 billion in infrastructure needs, but that current infrastructure dollars, even when factoring in the investments under the bipartisan infrastructure law, are woefully insufficient to meet those needs. Can you talk about what changes could be made to the PFC to help meet the growing infrastructure needs at our nation's airports?
Well, the PFC program, I spoke earlier to part of the beauty of PFCs is that the flexibility in using them. So you can do more with PFCs and say you could do with AIP dollars, which are more geared to airfield improvements. So it's the first thing. Second is, as you collect PFCs, you can use them in one of 2 ways. You can use them on a pay-go basis, as pay-as-you-collect PFCs, or you can leverage PFCs through bond issuances and pay the debt service with PFCs, but get a lot more out of the PFC dollars that come in. So in airports, and airport leaders do that. We're maximizing what we can get out of the program. But the truth of the matter is its value has eroded, as you point out. What it would take is either moving the cap into the $758 range and maybe index it for inflation so that it adjusts going forward, or eliminate the cap on PFCs. And it gives airports which is a very valuable tool, that tool that now is producing what it was intended to produce when the program was stood up. The increase would help mitigate the impacts of inflation over time. And if it's indexed to inflation, it would keep the fee current to current costs.
I appreciate that very much. Mr. Page, thank you for your steadfast advocacy to improve airline travel for those with disabilities. While progress has been made since the passage of the American Disabilities Act and the Air Carrier Access Act, we still have a long way to go to eliminate barriers and make air travel more equitable for those with disabilities. One of the PVA's priorities for the next FAA Reauthorization bill is to reauthorize the Air Carrier Access Act Advisory Committee. In your opinion, what specific issues should the ACAA committee address if and hopefully when reauthorized?
Well, thank you for the question, sir. Well, one of the big issues I think that we've got left hanging out there, I'm not sure if the committee can address it or not, but is more physical access on an airplane for persons with disabilities and better seating accommodations that meet their needs. And then also better stowage in the belly of the airplane, and then have those wheelchairs and assistive devices returned in the manner that they're given to the airlines.
Thank you very much for that answer, and my time is up, so I yield back. Thank you, Chairman.